Hey, what's up guys? Min City here back again with another video, and today we are doing something a little bit different. As you can tell, you are seeing my face, and I'm randomly in my car, my piece of crap junker that I've been driving since I was 15, and now I'm 27. But anyways, you guys have been asking me in my DMs over a period of time, probably a month or two. I've been getting little DMs on all of my social medias of little questions, and most of the questions are the same questions, and I figured I'd just make a video for you guys just to get to know me a little bit better and answer the questions that you guys have been asking me. So I hope you guys like it. Don't forget to leave a like and pop a sub if you guys are new or you enjoy mobile gaming content, because that's all I make on this YouTube channel. Again, I appreciate you guys so much for even being here. It's a pleasure for me to be here. So let's get right into it. Now, one of the main things that I get asked, surprisingly, and I'm really flattered that you guys are even curious enough to ask, is what got you into mobile gaming? That's the most common thing that I get asked all the time. Now, believe it or not, so I went on a church mission for 2 years. And during that 2 years, I came back after the 2 years, and I had no gaming consoles except for my old Super Nintendo and stuff. I had sold off all my Xbox and everything because I knew I wasn't going to want them when I got back. And so the only thing I had was an iPhone 6. So I got an iPhone 6, and this was my first like really cool smartphone. I'm from the generation that grew up with like flip phones and the full keyboards and stuff. And this was my first full screen touch-based phone that I really owned. And so I was looking through the App Store. It was all new to me, and I downloaded a game called Vainglory. Now, any of you guys who have been following me for the past like 3 years, I love Vainglory. Now, it's a MOBA. It's kind of shut down now. It's only ran by the player base themselves. It's not being updated or anything else. But it's one of my favorite games of all time, and we'll get into that later. But I downloaded that game, and I was amazed at the quality of the graphics, the sound design, and how addictive and fun the game was. It felt like a full-fledged gaming competitive experience. And that really opened my eyes to the possibilities of mobile gaming and the potential of mobile gaming. I've been obsessed ever since. And it was just fun for me to dig through the games upon games upon games on the App Store and finding the gems. So that's what got me into mobile gaming, was Vainglory. So if you've never heard of it, definitely check it out. It's a game that really, really set the precedent in the early mobile gaming days, in my opinion. Now, another question, why did you decide to make a YouTube channel? I get this asked a lot too, which surprises me. I got into making YouTube videos because I actually got into streaming first. So I used to follow a website called Touch Arcade, and I noticed that they have a bunch of written reviews and game impressions and stuff like that, mobile gaming news. And I saw that they streamed on Mobcrush, a website called Mobcrush. And I had never heard of streaming. I never checked it out before. And it's where they live stream only mobile games on Mobcrush. So I would join those mobile gaming streams and talk with the writers of Touch Arcade and the staff of Touch Arcade. And I got to know them on a first name basis. And over time, I eventually got hired by Touch Arcade to be a writer. And I wrote for Touch Arcade for about 6 months to a year. And it was awesome. It was really fun. I enjoyed doing that. And that got me into streaming during that time too, because I loved what they did. I got partnered on Mobcrush, got partnered with Mobcrush, and I had a substantial following on there. And that started my content creation. And naturally, I loved watching YouTube, and I was like, I'm streaming. Why don't I just make YouTube videos as well? And so that's what got me into making YouTube videos, and it's been a huge process. I've been very on and off, but I've been consistent with my grind for about 6 months now, and it's really paid off. I've over doubled my subscribers in the past 6 months, and I'm very, very humbled by that, and I'm very grateful. So I appreciate you guys. Now, what's another question? Another question I get asked all the time, especially in the comments of my YouTube videos, not just my DMs, is what is your favorite mobile game of all time? Now, I couldn't narrow this down. There's just so many different mobile games that all have their own strengths and weaknesses. But obviously Vainglory, that's what single-handedly got me into it, and I've probably played that more than any other mobile game on the App Store, period. Another one is League of Legends Wild Rift. That's a newer release, but I love it. It really reminds me of Vainglory, and it's just a high-quality multiplayer game. And I love multiplayer games. If that's something that you guys need to know about me, there you go. I really love multiplayer games and competitive games. They're very addicting to me, and I have more fun with multiplayer games than single player games most of the time. Now, The World Ends With You is another good one. Now, that's a very slept on RPG. It was originally released on the Nintendo DS, and I got it there. And it is a fantastic action RPG with a fantastic storyline and probably my favorite soundtrack of any game I have ever played in existence. And I know that's really talking it up, but it is on mobile. I don't know how Square Enix has maintained the port, but I do have it on phone and it works really well. And I think it's the best way to play it because it has all of the bells and whistles as the App Store version of the game. So The World Ends With You. Definitely check it out if you're an RPG fan. Hero Emblems. Now this is a match 3 RPG. Any of you guys who have been even following me for a decent amount of time, you know I'm obsessed with match 3 games, especially match 3 RPGs. And Hero Emblems is a very substantial one with like 20 plus hours of gameplay, its own storyline. It is a completely single player experience, premium experience. And Hero Emblems 2 should be coming out relatively soon. It's been in the works for a long time and they've been teasing it for a long time. Really excited for that. Please, Hero Emblems 2 come at some point. Another game, Solitairica. Now this is basically a roguelike deck builder, I guess you could say, or a roguelike card game that plays off of the solitaire mechanics. And that really got me into the roguelike genre by itself, as well as like the roguelike deck building genre. It just really introduced me to a lot of avenues, and it's still one of the best ones in my opinion to this day. Solitairica, definitely a solid choice. And then I know this is super generic, but Clash Royale. When Clash Royale first released, I never got into Clash of Clans, way too repetitive. But when Clash Royale first released, like for that first year of Clash Royale was so dang fun. Nowadays, it's really convoluted, lots of different cards, extremely pay to win now, and the monetization system is super overplayed and stuffed into every game that comes out now, I feel. But Clash Royale back in the day was the shiznit, and I really loved it. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, Clash Royale, definitely. But those were the main questions that you guys asked me. Let me know if you guys like this type of video, and I'm willing to make one like once a month, maybe once every week if it's requested enough. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them underneath in the comment section down below if I didn't answer any of the questions that you guys have been curious about. I just want to get to know you guys better and form more of a relationship with you guys, because I have that Discord, I have the streaming and stuff, but the YouTube specifically, you guys don't really see my face anymore. I used to film a lot of my face, but I've kind of gone away from that. But just let me know. I appreciate you guys, and take it easy.